Alright, so for number 7, we're gonna be doing perpendicular lines, and it's more so these 7 and 8, Jimmy, you don't really need an exact answer. They just want to understand your thinking like skills, so let's look at number 7. So in this one it says lines A, B, C lie on the same plane. If A is perpendicular to B and B is perpendicular to C, can you conclude that A is perpendicular to C? Right? Explain. Include a drawing to support your answer. So let me go ahead and show you. So this right here is the X and Y axis. This is X and this is Y. And put my arrows to show that they go on forever. These lines run forever, infinitely. And to explain to you what a plane is, let me first show you what's a line. So everybody knows what's a line. That's a line, right? From point A to point B, right? Let's say, right? That's a line. That's not a plane. A plane it's actually, it's not a box, but it's like a paper. Think about it as a paper, right? That's a plane, right? Like a paper that's somehow on this X and Y axis, right? So this is the paper, which is considered a plane, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna think in terms of perpendiculars, right? So let me go ahead and undo this, because that was just to explain to you what a plane is. So another thing, we can think of the X, Y. Remember I said it goes on infinitely? This is one plane, believe it or not. This X and Y, it's one big old plane, right? It keeps on going this way, keeps on going this way. It keeps on going on all ways. It's like a huge paper, right? That's one plane, all right? So bear that in mind, right? It gets a little intense, but it's not too really hard. Right? So the XY axis, that's a plane on its own. All right? Where we're drawing, it's like a canvas where we're drawing. Okay, so let's draw one scenario. Let's draw A and B perpendicular, right? So let's say this is line A, right? Let's say this is line A, right? You know what? Let me do it in a different color so you can see it better. Let's say this is line A, right? This is line A, and in order for a B line to be perpendicular, it has to be exactly 90 degrees of the other one. Right, so this is line B. All right, so those are perpendicular. All right, so then they look at, that's the first scenario. All right, and this is just an if case. Let's say it looks like this, right? It could be at another angle, right? But they have to be 90 degrees any way they look. Like they could have been over here like this, right? Like that, and that's still perpendicular. This is A and B, right? There's hundreds, millions of different scenarios that A and B can be, right? But just to like lean on one example, we're just gonna stick with this one, right? And then they tell us that B and C are perpendicular, right? So let's draw on this same line. Let's draw B in yellow now. B. This is B, and we're gonna draw C. So C, let's say it has to be perpendicular, so we know that it has to form 90-degree angle. Let's say it's right here. Yellow's a little harder to see, but let's just imagine a little box right here, right? This is C. So now the question is, just by looking at this image, Jimmy, is A and C perpendicular, right? That's what they're asking. Can you conclude that A and C are perpendicular? Nope. If anything, they'll be parallel, right? On this line, let me do it in green. A and C are parallel, right? Do you see that? So this is just one scenario, and we already disproved it, right? And by disprove, I mean that they're saying that how can I say this? Oh yeah. So they're asking, can you conclude that A and C are perpendicular? Well, no, you can't, right? Because in this example right here, they're actually parallel. A and C are actually parallel to each other. They're not perpendicular, right? And then I can draw another example like the one I had drawn before, right? And do a different one, and you know. But as long as you do one that disproves it, you can just explore it and explain it, right? So hopefully this helps with number 7. Right? Let me know if you get it or not. All right. But go ahead and draw this image, the same one, and you're gonna obviously gonna explain that no, it is not. You cannot conclude that.